Daniel chapter 8. So these are all visions, and these visions come with explanations, most of them. This one's going to be from Gabriel, or he's going to explain. Daniel's vision of the ram and the goat, chapter 8. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belteshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared to me at the first. 2. And I saw in the vision, and it came to pass when I saw that it was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam, and I saw in the vision, and I was by the river Ulai. And I just looked it up, and that's in Iran. Persia. 3. Then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. 4. And I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him, neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand, but he did according to his will and became great. 5. And as I was considering, behold, a he-goat came from the west, and on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground, and the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. So if these kind of visions are about kingdoms and kings and people, but that's why we study prophecy so much. Because if on first read you never know what it was. But after they're explained a few times, things start making sense. 6. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his own power. 7. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him. And he cast him down to the ground, and stamped on him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. 8. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and he was strong. The great horn was broken, and it came up 4 notable ones to the 4 winds of heaven. That was, I think, Alexander the Great, and after he died, his kingdom was split into 4 and given to 4 kings. And we'll find out in a second, from Gabriel. And out of one of them came a little horn, which waxed exceeding great toward the south, and toward the east, and toward the pleasant land. And it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and of the stars to the ground, and it stamped on them. And who does that? Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the palace of his sanctuary was cast down. And when the daily sacrifice is taken away, what is that? It's in Revelation. It seems like it's all throughout these books, in different visions, different prophets over thousands and thousands of years. They never met each other, kind of writing the same thing. 12. And a host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of the transgression, and it was cast down the truth to the ground. And it cast down the truth to the ground, and it practiced and it prospered. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, How long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice, and the transgression, and the desolation? Give both sanctuary and host to be trodden underfoot. It's a long way to say, how long is it going to take until the end? And he said unto me, Unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. And it came to pass when I, Daniel, had seen the vision, and had sought for the meaning, then, behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of the Ulai, which again is in Iran, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man... So who said that? Some voice called to Gabriel and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. So when he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and I fell upon my face. But he said unto me, Understand, O son of man, for the time of the end shall be the vision. The time of the end shall be the vision. 18. Now when he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me and set me upright. And he said, Behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation, for at the time appointed the end shall be. 20. The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia. So that's the first. And the rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn is between his eyes is the first king, Alexander. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, the 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. So 4 separate ones, the Ptolemies, there's one in Turkey. Anyways, the 4 had less power than the one, Alexander the Great, son of Zeus, according to him and his mom. 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and he shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. So from 1, so the Medes and Persians, Alexander the Great knocks him out, he dies, it's split into 4. Out of those 4, one exceedingly great will come. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. And by peace he shall destroy many, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Got a couple guys on this planet that I'm wondering about, waiting for him to be broken without hand. And the vision of the evening and the morning which is told is true, wherefore shut up thou the vision, for it shall be for many days. 8:27. And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick certain days. Afterward I rose up and I did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it, even after being explained twice, because there was no such thing as Alexander the Great then. Back soon, number 9.